G'day guys, Tom here from Different Drop, episode 14 of DDTV with Gary Mills from Jamshed, who is going to give us a little bit of a background on a term you hear a lot of in Australian winemaking now, and that is whole bunch or whole bunch pressing in winemaking. So Gary, for those that don't know, what exactly is whole bunch?
So a whole bunch, everyone who's ever been to a vineyard has seen a bunch of grapes before they're picked. They normally have the berries are attached to the stem, so they come complete. When you hand pick, you're actually picking the entire bunch together. When you run a machine harvester through, it'll separate the berries from the stems. All of my wines are hand picked. All our farms are sort of farmed to be hand picked. So the fruit comes into the winery still intact on its stems. The difference between whole bunch pressing and whole bunch for reds, whole bunch pressing means you just throw the whites into the press and press them as is. So you're not running them through what we call the destemmer, which separates the berries from the stems, and people discard the stems. That's whole bunch pressing. Whole bunch in reds means that you literally are throwing the kitchen sink into the tank. So the berries and the stems all going together. The idea being that you hopefully maintain as much berry integrity as possible so that in the initial stages all of the fermentation carries on within the berry itself, which is very different to what happens if you separate the juice from the skins.
Yeah.
Maceration.
And what effect is that having on the wine? Because I mean, you get some flavours and aromas, but for me, it's probably more the texture and structure.
Yeah, really the texture. You're right. I mean, you do get, like you see it in things like Beaujolais, where you get the more cinnamon and sort of raspberry aromas. In Syrah, what you do is, I think you actually enhance what's already there in the soil and what's there in the grape. You get a lot more spice. You get a lot more sort of fruitfulness and playfulness on the palate. But in the long run too, I mean, once you've left them on skins for a long time, which I do, these things sit on skins for about 60 days. You get a lot more texture, a lot more whole bunch grip, and the whole bunch, the tannins that you get from whole bunches and from the stems is a lot different to what you just get from skins and seeds. It's a lot more what I call a whole palate tannin. It's a really stretchy tannin.
And that's what you see in your Syrahs, for example. They just fill the mouth and great structure all the way through. Add a whole bunch of extra, sort of character and flavour to the wine. And I think there's a reason you're seeing a lot more of it, because it just makes more complete. I guess terroir-driven wines.
Yeah, when it works, when you've got the right vineyard and you can use whole bunches at it, it really works.
Great.
Ramps it up another level.
Thanks, Gary. Cheers. Thanks, guys.